When I was in my 30s, I took a old arthritic blind dog for a walk on railroad tracks. And I got a little bit ahead of her, and I thought it was okay because there was a corner before the straightaway we were on. But it wasn't okay because a train came along and um, hit her, and she died instantly. And I learned in that moment, as I've learned so many times in my life, that life doesn't have a rewind button. And when you make a mistake, you can't go back. It's a one-way street. And or another way I put this is that one of the things I love about writing books is that I get to do multiple drafts. And so I can have a mistake here or there, or I can have a weak point here or there, and I get to fix them in the second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and 10th drafts. But life is just one long first draft. And a line that has always struck me is uh, is supposedly a Chinese proverb. I don't know if it is or not, but I remember reading this when I was a child, that three things don't come back: the sped arrow, the spoken word, and the lost opportunity. And again, I've never experienced the sped arrow one, but I've certainly experienced the spoken word, that you say something and then realize that that was not the thing to say. I think, going a slightly different direction, that computer games in many ways give us false versions, give us false perception of how life is. That in a computer game, in many games at least, you can save the game and then you can go forward. And if you make a mistake, you can go back to the last time you saved and this time do it right. I don't think, I mean, I don't think the point of this is to paralyze us, because inaction is as can be as fateful as action. But I think it is, for me, the recognition that life is a one-way street, and that I will, there are the larger accidents of, you can, I've said this before, that I broke this finger and it's going to stay like this for the rest of my life. There are those, and then there are also the day to day of, um, I was offered some ice cream the other day, and I am now in my 60s and I declined. And in my teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I would have said absolutely yes. But uh, A1C and BMI are both suggesting that I no longer accept every offer of ice cream that's made. So for me, this this creates this sort of tension between, on one hand, the importance of weighing one's decisions before one acts, because of the because you only get the first draft, and so I mean, you only that's the only draft you get. So consider the effects of one's behavior going forward, and a tension between that and the cliche of paralysis by analysis, where So the tension is inherent in those two, two of those three, the spoken word and the lost opportunity. That if you if you act without thinking, then you don't get a do-over. And likewise, if you think too much without acting, you don't get a do-over. And I guess the point of all of this is I think we all recognize as we get older and older that no matter what, we don't get a do-over.